Hopefully that's better. Hopefully you can hear me now, guys. Sorry about that. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. And good evening. As you can see, I'm currently on my own. That shouldn't be for too much longer. Dom has said he is on his way. He has just got caught up with the trilogy version of family life, as many people I'm sure will understand. And so, what is everyone up to? How is everyone? It's been a minute. Do apologise about that. I've had a fairly busy month for me anyway, work wise. So apologies for the little gap in entertainment that we provide. To be fair, I'll tell you guys a little bit about that. I've got a new job. I'm not going to get too many details, but as with everything getting a new job, yeah, there was quite a lot of bits that went on, which has all kind of calmed down now, which is fantastic. So I'm just sort of working through that part of my life at the moment. But all very positive, and I hope everyone else is doing well. And how's everyone's hobby going? Because I will confess I haven't managed to do an awful lot myself, sadly. It's been a little bit of just some long late nights and stuff, so I haven't really managed to get my paintbrush going yet. But I've still got some sister battle to do. Me and Dom have a tournament coming up soon, a little team tournament, so we're looking forward to getting that done in very early October. So hopefully we can tell you all guys a little bit about that when we have completed it. And now I also know, I think we do have a challenge due, which is kind of just sort of slipped a little bit under the radar because of everything that's been going on. And we haven't quite got round to announcing anything like that. I obviously I'll wait for Dom to get here, but I think we may not do one this month just because it's already the middle of the month, and I feel we kind of might just pick that back up in October. So we haven't stopped doing it. It's just been a bit of a interesting month, really. So yeah. Well, I don't know. Sorry, I feel a bit alien being back on camera. It's been a little while. Is anyone in chat that's gonna sort of say hello? I see Vicky has said hello. There's a couple of other people knocking about in there. Peter, how you doing? All right. Haven't heard from you for a little while. How's things? And there's one other lurker in there somewhere. I'll draw you out. I shall draw you, Sam, like poison from a wound. All good. Picking up Eldar. You're getting some Eldar. Interesting. Is that to jump on a bandwagon or because you really want some Eldar? And I jest, of course. You can click whatever you want. I really don't care. Well, yeah. So some other things that I've been up to this week. Me and Dom actually had a game last Tuesday. I wasn't in no state to stream. So, oh, hello. Here he is. He's come running in, late as usual. I'm waiting for whatever grand excuse he's got this time. Like, I've got kids. They wouldn't go to bed.
A wizard is never late.
I've actually already done Lord of the Rings quote.
Oh, no, sorry, I take that back then. No, it's done. We filled the quota.
I did the I shall
No
draw
more
you,
quota.
Saruman, like poison from a wound. Because I was asking who was in chat, and I said I shall draw the lurkers in for conversation.
The lurkers.
Because Peter has appeared. I haven't heard from. I was just saying I haven't heard from him for a while.
Oh,
And he said he was just saying he's just collecting some Eldar. Then I asked the inevitable question: is that to bandwagon or to, you know, try some stuff out?
jump on it now!
And he said he doesn't just wants he just wants something non-power armored. I don't know. I think Eldar's got a fair bit of armor.
It's got some power armor.
Yeah.
It's got the fire dragons. They've got power armor-ish. Well,
you
the equivalent of.
And
you
cheers,
go.
Dom.
Oh, here it is. Cheers! Very nice. Cheeky little beverage.
What am I actually drinking? I bought some. I'm drinking some Firecatcher
Oh, nice.
from the Witchwood Brewery.
We should get sponsored by some sort of beer.
Well, maybe if I up my drinking intake on streams.
Hello, Peter.
I can maybe just
Yeah.
maybe I can. Yeah. We should just start buying random beer brands, and then every stream we sponsor one. Sorry, well, not sponsor. We
exactly. Yeah,
we show one off.
Hashtag
until one of them goes,
Corona.
I see Corona. Ironically, there's a lot of that going around at work at the moment, actually. It's not been a good week.
There you go. Everyone's doing it, Tom.
Oh, I know.
Everyone's doing it.
Everyone wants a lovely Corona.
Yeah, well, I apologise for being late.
No, you're
but
quite
I am doing hobby. I'm working on two separate things. I'm working on my World Eaters / Brazen Beasts.
Nice.
And I've got a Necron as well. There he is.
Okay. I am not doing
he's actually
hobby
looking pretty cool. Oh, okay. Is it because you're drinking?
That is probably one of the main causes. The other one is I just fancy a little chat and shooting the breeze. So
Shooting the breeze.
I'm bringing out
Lovely.
all the slang terms.
Well,
so.
I am always all the cool slang terms. Well, Tom, as you know, I've done some of my Brazen Beasts, which are back here in this cabinet. I'll put a photo up actually because they are looking pretty amazing. I've got to rebase Angron, so he kind of merges in.
Oh.
With the Brazen Beasts.
That sounds cool idea, actually. I like that.
Yeah, so they're looking pretty good. I'm very proud of how they're turning out. And I think once the force is all sorted out, it's definitely an army that I'm going to probably expand on. Because the models are nice, the paint scheme's looking cool. It's a bit different from your standard World Eaters.
I've seen it, it does look cool. I can vouch for this.
And yeah, and I'm kind of like, they're just going to be fun to play. Like, so I just go that way, and I don't really fire any guns, and I just keep hacking people with. I mean, combat's not all that great in this edition, but I don't care, Tom.
It's okay, mate. You know the army I play, so it's kind of like, it's just.
One day, someone's going to fail their dice rolls when it rolls for shooting ranged weapons,
and it's going to be amazing.
I'm in.
No, but I do still have these guys on the bench, and I have been doing a little bit sort of now and then on the sisters, but I haven't quite hit the highs of a few weeks ago. I was just explaining that obviously going for a job transition at the moment, it's been a bit stressful, etc. So I've just been a little bit off my game. Yeah, but hoping to sort of turn that corner now. So and get back on a few things that bring me joy in my life.
Yes, like painting Sisters of Battle.
Exactly. Although I must admit, I think I'm stalled on the worst unit so far, which is the. I've even forgotten what these are. It'll come to me in a minute.
I don't know which ones.
The ones with the ones with no armor and.
Repentia.
That's the one. I was just trying to recall because it's been a little while since I've looked at them in detail. However, I was about to mention that I watched the first episode of Pariah Nexus the other day.
Oh, what did you think?
I actually quite enjoyed it. Apart from Games Workshop's mad insistence on doing this episode. Obviously, they're doing a 20-minute episode, and then through the entire episode, they break it into little tiny parts. Like part 1, and then give it a weird name, and then cut in, cut out, or cut out and cut back in again, and then do like a minute, and then do another cut out and cut in with a new episode, with a new number, and cut in and cut out. It's annoying because actually, I was actually really enjoying it. Apart from that part of it.
It arty.
Oh no, I honestly think it's just to pad it. I think it's padding.
Yeah.
I think if you took all those bits out, that probably accounts for about 5 minutes of the actual video, which is the bit I was just like, why are you doing this? You've got a good. This is good. Just leave the 5 minutes out. Just do 15 minute. I don't care. That's fine. Just play it all the way through. We don't have to have these silly little in-out bits, But the no, what was quite cool about it was because obviously the previous release, not 10th but 9th, when they had the big old duel with the Necrons and Ultramarines in the little as it all started off, it's kind of centered around the style and the animation is very much like that. So if you liked that little cut in, it was I think you'll quite like it, and also it just shows some pretty cool Necron stuff. Actually, I was quite impressed.
Yeah, I was really proud how they put the death mark across. I was like, yes, that's the way they should be.
And you've watched it,
how they're kind of on the battlefield.
You've watched it, I take it.
Yes.
Good.
I loved it.
I didn't want to spoil anything.
Really
Sorry, I don't want to spoil it. I not even for you guys. I don't want to go too much detail, but I think actually if you like Necrons and you like sort of guards, this battle and a little bit of marine stuff, I think you'll quite enjoy this one. It's got a good vibe to it. I wouldn't actually say that. I think the animation's very good, but as I said, the only thing that slightly irritated me was this cut in, cut out, cut back in mechanic with little episodic bits over one episode. It just doesn't make an awful lot of sense to me, and I think it ruins that kind of flow of a nice episode. But the death mark was very cool. I agree.
Yeah, hopefully we just see less of that in the future episodes. I think it was just trying to set it up a bit. So
I hope so.
You kind of saw the different aspects.
So they're doing one a week, is that right?
And obviously we won't say. I think so. We won't say who, but there was one less character by the end of that episode. So it was kind of like slowly working its way through.
Well, technically,
they won't introduce any more.
Technically, I think there was 3 less, wasn't there?
Oh, yep. Good point. Yep. It was very cool. I liked it.
Yeah. It was a nice. I think it was a nice introduction to how Necrons kind of interact with each other. Actually, I thought it was quite cool. So
yeah,
you don't. That's obviously not something that has ever really been covered in the whole franchise. I suppose. Yeah.
No, I think that's what's quite nice about, for instance, the Warhammer TV stuff, especially like Hammer and Bolter, where they explore the Xeno races a bit more, so you get to see them, because it's always about Imperium and Marines, and to a lesser degree Chaos, I think. So it's quite nice when they go into like Necron stuff or the Tau stuff in the previous Exodite. I'm gonna say
Exodite was the Tau one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Peter,
so
I didn't mind Iron Within actually. I thought that was all right.
Oh, Iron Within was good. I like that.
I will say I don't think the animation was top draw, but I as an overall kind of piece, I quite liked it. It's quite interesting to say that kind of I suppose allegiance change based on their saviors, so to speak. It was quite cool.
Yeah, freeway battle.
Yeah, and it's always just showing you how chaos is. Azafel, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well as well, my friend.
Greetings.
What was the other? What's the other one I was thinking of? So Harry and Bolter. I watched the Lucius one as well. Lucius Eternal.
Yeah.
I actually quite like that. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah. I thought I love the insight chaplains actually as well in that one.
Yeah, you just see the constant interrogation.
Yeah. And it was nice to see the Judicar pop up as well, because obviously, like the chaplain in training, I thought that was quite cool.
Yeah.
Not so much a chaplain anymore, but you know.
Dear, oh dear. So what hobby are people working on tonight? Sorry, I wasn't here for the beginning.
I did ask, but no one answered. But there wasn't actually that many people here at the time. So there was a law
Rushing in
fuck up
now.
with it, was there, Peter? Well, please enlighten us, because I may have missed this, because I am not up with the Iron Warrior law, if I'm totally honest. It's not my strongest suit. And I'll wait your answer, and I'll be interested to hear. And I was also just telling everyone that we're off to a mini little team tournament in October, early October. We'll try and do a little piece on that when we have our post analysis.
Our teams tournament.
We're going to do.
Yeah, I've got a warm up tournament on Sunday, so
yes, you're
that's
going
my
to
kind
the
of
local one, aren't you? Yeah.
I've played one with. I played this list against you once last week. I'm going to play it again this weekend and then tweak it if I need to. But I'm pretty happy with it so far. So we'll just see how it goes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I thought yours was quite tough to beat, to be fair. I don't think I had the most optimized list against you, but I've made some tweaks since we last played on last Tuesday. I did explain the lack of a stream last Tuesday was because I was in no state to stream and we thought we'd have a game instead.
Yeah, it was a fun game, Tom.
It was good fun. I actually really enjoyed that one. It gave me a little bit more insight to how I want to build my lists and how I want to play and stuff. So it's all good. I'm getting there. I need to get some more games in. I know you've got one hopefully set up on Monday, I think, by the sounds of it.
Yep, hopefully get another game in. More games better, because you just like, I think the more games you're getting in, especially if you're prepping for a tournament. I mean, this is like teaching people how to suck eggs, but the better the more familiar you get with your list. And it's
just
kind
the
of that
basics.
thing where you're like,
If you don't have to think about
oh,
the
I didn't
basics.
think I could do that. Let me try this.
Yeah, I think. I think if you
exactly.
just not having to constantly second guess all the basic stuff you're doing, it leaves your mind open to the wider picture. I think is the way I would think about it.
Absolutely.
Azafel says he is building
absolutely correct.
A base for a night. First bit of hobby for a few months. Some got in the way. Sorry, mate. I understand. It's like I said, it's been a weird couple of weeks for me as well. So I understand stuff does unfortunately get in the way. Dom has been doing a lot better than me on the hobby front, I think. Although I've played more games than I usually do, so swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, exactly. Well done. Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I'll put some pictures up of the World Eaters soon.
You should do. They're
call them
coming
World
along.
Eaters, but
I know you're not a big whip person.
Yeah, and I've got snowy bases.
Oh, fancy.
Well, I've got 5 definitely complete. 5 are complete and looking lovely. And these others are in the process of getting painted.
They look so gold from here.
So they are very gold. I don't know if I regret spraying everyone gold or.
I don't know if
oh my gosh!
If it achieves the effect you want, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think once I start washing it down, it settles in, but it's very oh god, man! When I sprayed them gold to start with, I was like, well, that's one combat patrol box I've completely ruined.
So Peter says no. Oh, he wasn't talking about the armor then. He was talking about the Lucius one. Said the other one, the Exorcist, can't be possessed. They already have been. So even if they take pride in killing Lucius, they can't change into him. Oh, okay. I thought it was a Judicar, not an Exorcist.
It was the Exorcist chapter.
Oh,
so the Exorcist chapter.
I see.
I don't know, like Peter, I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought the Exorcists to become a full brother, they were possessed by a demon, and then the demon was removed. I might be wrong.
Shall I look it up?
I'll have
just
to
get some.
It.
I could have a quick
look it up.
As a little option here.
You could be the lore master.
Exorcist lore, 40k. Been a little while since I've done this. Let's have a little look here. Exorcists.
What knight are you facing, Isabel?
It does say each Exodus Astartes had actually been forced to serve as a demon host for a short time before having the foul creature expelled back to the warp by the intervention of an Inquisitor. But yeah, I think Peter's saying that because they can't be possessed again. Okay. I don't know. Maybe there's not enough info in what I can read
that's
there.
Interesting.
Could be the case. Could be not. I mean,
but the warp works in mysterious ways.
It does. And maybe because Lucius is such a powerful being, it overrides all of the logic that 40k clearly has.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Just put
the hard and fast rules of 40k.
Yeah. So anything goes. Because I suppose the other thing, it was quite interesting discussion. I don't know if you saw the GW share price had a bit of a shot in the arm this week.
Did it?
It had a 10% rise.
Shot in the arm.
But people are sort of saying it's potentially to do with the Amazon effect because I think there's some stuff going on from that front, which could be interesting. But no one knows.
Oh, well, that's yeah. I mean, that's a positive, really, isn't it?
Okay, next.
As well.
Sorry, next beer of the evening is some Breakspear Oxford Gold.
Oxford Gold, very nice. So, Tom, what do you think of the Space Marine Codex?
Well, from what I had a little look.
Preview video.
Has there been another video? I might have missed the video
yesterday.
I read. Oh, okay. I haven't actually watched the video. I just read some of the stuff on the community site. And yeah, I mean, obviously, as a Black Templar player, potentially nervous. But it's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah.
If I'm totally honest, I think it's so hard to tell from previews nowadays with what the end product's actually genuinely going to be. Obviously, oh hello, Felpire. Welcome to you as well. I feel, yeah, it's a tough one. I think I'm really genuinely going to reserve my judgment until the actual book's out, because there's all these detachment rules coming out, all these other bits and pieces that are sort of surfacing, and I have no idea how they're going to interact with my army, because at the moment, as an index, we have our own, obviously, detachment, which is the Righteous Crusade detachment, and ultimately that has all of our bits and pieces in it. I mean, so as far as I'm concerned, why would I take anything else at the moment?
Fair enough.
So until they kind of announce how
I think
kind of
the way they're kind of saying it at the moment. Yeah. Hello. I think the way they're saying it at the moment is you could use it. You can use detachments. Any of the Marine chapters, offshoot chapters, can use the Marine chapter detachments in there at the moment. So it depends on your style. I think the thing is, well, they're quite well defined in most chapters and how they operate, especially the offshoot ones. So you're going to pretty much just go down the same route most of the time, what I thought.
Welcome, Daniel.
Unless you've got an absolutely massive collection.
Well, I don't have a massive collection. What are you on about?
Yeah, exactly. Only a few Black Templars.
Peter says, you'll be fine. It just replaces the credit stage. Yeah, that's pretty much how I've interpreted so far. I don't feel... I think... I don't know where everyone's saying why Templars are going to be part of the main codex. I don't think they will be. Daniel's asking...
Say it more confidently, Tom.
Yeah, Daniel says, can you attach an apothecary to a unit of Hellblasters? It's a good question. I can find out for you because I do actually have. I do have a paid for app, so I can actually look this up right now.
All squads that need an apothecary, I would have thought the Hellblasters would be way up there.
Index per 10%. Let's have a little look here. Actually, I was running an apothecary against you, actually, Dom. I think briefly. It didn't really come up an awful lot, to be fair. Because obviously, its new rules are slightly different to old ones. In fact, you obviously don't get like a feel no pain. It's more just about bringing back dead models. So, yes. However, here are the Primaris Apothecaries can lead an Assault Intercessor Squad, a Desolation Squad, a Hellblaster Squad, an Infernus Squad, Intercessor Squad, and a Stern Guard Veteran Squad. There you go.
When you put an apothecary in, can you add another character in as well, or
yes, because they have the different rules. So you can attach this model to one of the above units, even if one Captain, Chapter Master, Lieutenant model has already been attached to it. But not a chaplain, interestingly. So technically, I suppose I shouldn't have attached them to my other squad that I was playing against you that evening. Because Chaplain Grimoldis is not one of those, so apologies for that. Hindsight is 2020.
So, I've got a question, Tom. Does Hellbrick, your chapter master, does he have the stratagem? Does he have the special rule where he can pop a stratagem for 0 CP?
I don't think so. I will grab his current status sheet up right now. But on the flip side, he is now only 95 points.
That's a very good flip side.
I know. So his abilities actually have the following. So he has Crusade of Wrath, which is basically add 1 to the strength characteristic of melee weapons equipped by models in this unit. So obviously they all get a bump in strength. And also it converts the unmodified hit roll 5+ is a critical hit. And as he's the High Marshal, okay, yeah, so he's got an interesting little, I think this is the difference here. At the start of the fight phase, I can select one enemy unit with engagement range of him, and I roll a d6. On a 2 to a 3, that enemy suffers d3 mortal wounds, or 4, 5, 3, or on a 6, suffers d3 plus 3 mortal wounds.
A lot of mortal wounds to be handed out.
Interesting though, they have. I didn't realise they've lowered into 5 wounds now. He used to be 7 wounds, so there's been definitely some tweaking going on in various aspects of all the units. You can either save the soul or the body.
So does he come with servitors?
No, that's Grimoldis. Oh, you mean Hellbrick?
Yeah, but he's got a couple of
his little handlers, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yes, they. I mean, well, but I don't think they're not like a separate unit in his thing.
Are they on the base?
They are on the base.
Yeah,
yes.
they're on the base.
But they are.
You can't remove them. They're just
because essentially one's carrying ferocity, which is his melter. But that's just got a different. But it uses his profile. I think they literally are just carrying. Thing because his composition. His composition literally just says here, 1 High Marshal Hellbrick's epic hero. That's it. There's no additional. Whereas obviously Grimoldis in comparison,
I'd quite like.
It has 3 Cenobite servitors in his profile separately.
Yeah, it's a shame. I'd quite like it that Hellbrick had his servitor mates with him, and the combi bolter that he's got had to be fired by the servitor at his ballistic skill.
No, I don't like that. I think, it's kind of like, I need that now, and they hand it up to him. I think that's how it works. It's sort of.
Yeah, they're too enthusiastic. They're like, I'll do it. No, don't do it.
So just to catch up on a couple of bits of chat. So Friendly Neighborhood Inquisitor says Templars will be able to use the main codex, but they're not likely going to be a part of it. I think that is correct as well. Azrael gives sustained hits 1 to the unit he's attached to. Apothecary gives Azrael. Apothecary plus Azrael would be awesome. It does sound like a nice little combo. And obviously, SFL did say you can save either soul or body, but not both, which is a fair comment. The Templars can say everything. They're so powerful.
Unless they go against a squad of 10 Lich Guard.
Yeah, Lich Guard are little bitches. So, anything?
No, I think it's probably the other way around.
I don't like Lich Guard. Yes, I did come up against. Oh, what's this? Do you all like? No, yes. I mean, okay, Daniel. I suppose a little caveat here. Most of my armies do not have a psychic phase, so I've never really missed it per se. I do think that it makes the game a little bit quicker not having a psychic phase when you have a massively psychic heavy army in the mix. Obviously, I know Dom's in a similar boat because most of your armies, apart from your word bearers, have no psychic either. So,
I mean, I somewhat missed psychic phase, because it was quite nice to be able to pick your spells and abilities beforehand, rather than they're defined on your datasheet straight away. But you're right; it does speed the game up dramatically, having it rolled into particular phases.
Yes.
Rather than have a dedicated psychic phase.
Yeah, I suppose it's quite an interesting. I suspect a lot of people that had psycho heavy armies would have a very negative view of it, and those that had it would probably have a very kind of, doesn't really matter kind of view of it.
What about you, Daniel? What are your thoughts on the psychic or lack of psychic phase?
I mean, it sounds like he might play Dark Angels. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, psychers.
Yeah, that's my point.
There you go.
So he misses it slightly, as he said there. So,
yeah, I think armies like obviously like Thousand Suns. I don't know how much Thousand Suns miss it really. Obviously,
I'd have to play them.
Phase,
I'd have to play against it or something to see what it's like. I mean, I suppose the weird thing about me is that
I played against.
Sorry, have we got a delay, Dom? Because it sounds like you're talking. I was
going to say.
I think I'm saying something and you're hearing it a few seconds after. If I'm really honest.
Maybe. I was going to say I've played against Thousand Suns in 10th, and yeah, it's still pretty brutal. There's a lot of mortal wounds being handed out left, right, and centre. It's not the most fun experience.
I actually know what's genuinely happening. Dom has actually moved to Australia, and there is that much delay on the line that it is like one of those conversations in the old days over the phone. And wait,
I've recreated the studio in Australia.
When what's really happening here is that Dom's internet connection is awful.
Well, yours is really good.
Well, that I mean, I'm not going to deny that mine is very good at the moment. So sorry about that.
I need to apologise.
Have you all played any large scale games?
No, Daniel, not yet.
That's perfect timing with that. Thank you, Daniel. We have spoke about this already actually because we are. I think we're going to try and do an Apocalypse game this year, aren't we, Dom? Is that the plan?
Yep.
Potentially, it might have to be a bit of a late one at this rate because I've just realised we're already rocking up to October, which is insane. But maybe November or early December might have a little slot we can have a pop out because obviously, as you I don't know how much you follow us, Daniel, but we do like the odd Apocalypse game here. We were actually this is an interesting little one that I'll float out there, Dom, because we've had a couple of discussions about this. We were actually pondering about doing a 24-hour charity style stream of an Apocalypse game, fully live, uncut, unedited. We'd do an edited version after, but we would have the main one up for the whole the whole session. Well, charity is good, yes, but I wouldn't want to do it if no one wanted to watch the stream because it wouldn't generate an awful lot of stuff for charities.
True.
And we were trying to have as many little camera angles as we can. I'm working on that one at the moment. It's a slight quandary from my point of view because we'd had to get my front room kitted out to do what we do in this particular room here, which is doable, but and we're trying to. I think we'd have to employ someone to come in and just sort of do the camera work for us, Dom.
Yeah, maybe rotate people. Maybe get a couple of people and go, look, you can go home and sleep now. You come in.
or we asked the person that we were talking to the other week doing it, because they were very eager to sort of do that. So just throwing it out there.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be a fun experience for someone. And to be fair, like we've said before of Apocalypse games, so much happens. It's crazy. So when we do a recap of a game, you gotta think back what 10,000 points has done, and sometimes it is hard work. Because I don't know, you won't see this on camera, but like Tom will be doing a recap of the turn, and I'll be pointing to things. I'm like, this is a thing that happened. Tom, don't forget this. It's very important.
Well, I suppose the funny thing about that is I love the fact that even that basic communication of pointing normally triggers a memory from about an hour ago when you were doing the rolls for it, and you're like, oh yeah, that was quite cool. Yeah. I better mention that. But then you're like, but I'm over here now. I've got to come back.
Yeah. Drag it back across the big hole where a Titan was.
I forgot about the Titan. What an ass. Daniel says to fly him out. He doesn't have any friends that play 40k. Oh, that sucks, man. Whereabouts are you based? This is going to turn into an expensive question.
Guernsey.
I don't think it's Guernsey. Oh, Texas. Oh, there must be some people playing 40k in Texas, my friend. Isn't one of the big 40k? Wasn't the Warhammer World, I say in quotes, in Texas as well, wasn't it? I thought in Austin.
They've got a Warhammer store, haven't they? Yeah.
Because I thought they had like quite a big one out in Austin, Texas, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure. I think it was Austin. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I think it's like the mini equivalent of Warhammer World.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Mini one.
Oh, okay. You're in college. Fair enough.
One.
I understand. Fair enough. You are burning money for your education. As we all do. Education in alcohol. Well, thank you for joining a stream with us over in the UK. That is, it's nice to see we reach out to some people in different parts of the world. I know we do, and not everyone joined us on the stream because obviously it's not always possible.
Time zones.
Different. But bizarrely, I think.
Daniel!
Oh,
you should join our Discord community.
Oh, I actually do have a link for that, and I think it's still in my clipboard at the moment. There we go. If you click that link, Daniel, and you do have Discord, you can click that. I'll make you a member, and you can come and join all our little chats and stuff inside that if you're interested. It's been I won't lie, it's been a little bit quiet recently, but I think we're going to pick up soon. I've got a feeling that I'm going to be more motivated soon. So that's my theory anyway.
And I think for myself, obviously doing these guys at the moment. So those who've been watching the 83rd, I can tell you right now, the demons have got to nowhere. I tried with the demons, they frustrated me. However, there is a big guy back there who I'm very proud of, which will be shown off. And I have got a lot of world eaters. So it's all good stuff. And also with the Todak Dynasty, there's stuff coming up.
I do. Oh, well done, you two. Well done. I have just made you a member on your user of Pink. So welcome and welcome to the community. Hopefully you'll join us in some challenges as they appear. Yeah, like I said, it's a friendly old place. Oh
Yes.
yeah, you just there's if you check the channels out on the left hand side, there is places for progress shots, monthly challenges, just whatever you go mad. You put whatever you want. I mean, we have standard restrictions where we don't want certain things posted, but models and armies are normally accepted. If you want to send that kind of stuff, Dom has a personal message section, direct messages to send to him there.
Yeah, I rate all of them out of 10.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised what gets 10.
I'm not. Oh Christ! I think I even heard Vicky just go, "Oh dear," just then from the other room.
There you go. It's all good stuff. All good central stuff.
Yeah. So obviously there's been a bit of a. What's this? And the stream goes downhill rapidly. It does. I know. It's. Me and Dom had a couple of beers. It kind of marries up with some slight, controversy sometimes. Maybe, I don't know. I think what we should do, Dom, is
Azafel, don't pretend you don't know what's going to happen here, okay? Because you know where we go, and you still keep coming back.
I'll say, Dom, what we should do is next time we do like a drinking stream, we should have at least 4 before we start.
Oh, Tom, that would not be a good idea.
I mean, I'd had 2 before we started tonight.
I'll tell you right now, our revenue would go the same way as Russell Brand's right now.
Oh, Christ.
It would go downhill dramatically. Topical.
Oh God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, God knows what's going on there. Oh, Jesus. This world sometimes does.
Nothing good, I don't think.
No, nothing good. You're very probably correct there, because as they always say, there's generally not a lot of smoke without some fire. So,
Absolutely. Where is Typhus Corrosion? Where is that?
To be honest, Daniel, if you want to put some stuff up, put it in the painting and hobby channel. Because the Armies at Ease was that was actually a competition we did the other year. We left it there for other bits, but if you want to just put some general painting and hobby, just whack it all in the painting and hobby one, and that'll be absolutely fine.
Oh, there we go. Friendly Inquisitor is helping him out. What a good community we've raised here, Tom. I think we've got some very good kids.
Well, I like to think we're proud parents of a channel.
Yeah, our little tadpoles. Mid away. Just like sperm.
So, to bring it back to hobby, how are the piles of opportunity going? By opportunity, I assume he means pity.
Opportunity. Well, I'll tell you what I've got lurking around here at the moment. So I'm working on a combat patrol, my World Eater combat patrol, which are looking quite cool. I'll put some photos up soon. I've got a converted warpsmith here, which I'm very proud of, for my word bearers. I'm looking at my Deathcore Kree as well, and I'm kind of like, I need to do something with them because I quite like to paint them up. And also, I put a auction bid in on a Warcry warband. So it's all over the place at the moment. Yeah, Warcry. I was like, it was like £15 on eBay. I was like, give it a go, see what it's like. Won't cost much. £15.
Yeah, and
What about you, Tom?
well, to be fair, my pile of shame, as I'm going to call it, hasn't actually been growing that much, which I'm quite proud of. But mainly because I haven't really bought anything over the last probably. I don't think I've actually bought a model probably for about almost 6 months, maybe since I think, which is actually pretty impressive for me. And it's not really out of, I suppose, not genuinely wanting to. It's probably more from the fact that I feel like I want to finish what I've got, and I think waiting for all of the relative codexes and other bits and stuff. It kind of put a little stall on my purchasing. I think the last thing I bought 40k related was actually the card set for the the one for, actually I've got it here, the so the Leviathan mission deck, which I bought, one of the ones that wasn't screwed up. It was one from actually one of the box sets, because obviously I didn't. I think both me and Dom didn't get the box sets, did we, for the new edition, because we were both a bit. I mean, I think out of both of us, I was the one more likely to get one, and I didn't, because obviously it wasn't really something I needed, to be honest. I really wanted the Terminators, but I can wait for them to come out.
Nids and Marines.
Yeah, so for Dom, it was literally a no-brainer not to get it. But to be honest, I do want the Terminators, but I don't want the snap fit Terminators. I want the ones that actually I can sort of customize and play around with a little bit more easily without having to do a lot of digging into kind of molds and stuff like that, because that's basically what happened when I bought the last big set, because obviously all the shoulder pads are set, the poses are very set, and yes, you can cut them out and edit them and all this kind of stuff, but I find it not quite as easy when it's all pre-molded and quite set in the way it's displayed.
Absolutely. I have got a Necron character I'm working on at the moment as a well. There we go. So I'm working on him. And he's looking pretty cool, to be honest. It's just been a while since I painted Necrons, so I'm trying to get back into my method of painting them.
Yeah, I suppose it's quite weird when you don't paint an army for a while, but...
Yeah, I'm trying to get back into the process I was doing them in. Because there are several steps which I'm like, all right, so did I do that before I did that? I don't remember. So yeah, it's a bit a confusing one at the moment. But he's looking pretty cool, actually, especially for a Finecast model. Because Finecast is horrible. So yeah, he's getting there, luckily.
I will say that actually I think about a few months ago I started using a notebook when I started painting an army to make notes of how I painted them, just to make sure that I could go back to the same way of doing them previously, which actually I would highly recommend for anyone who's got long-term multiple armies that you're painting, because it just means that you can kind of just flick to the page and go, oh yeah, I did this color, this color, this color, this color, because even if so, some of the battles, just making sure you remember which order you did the colors in sometimes, because you can get yourself a little bit
absolutely
sort of muddled up.
Yeah, I would lay out the colours, the paints, and then take a photo of the paints.
That's a nice way
which is good short term, but I think long term as well, it's quite good to write it down, because if something happens to your phone, whoops.
Luckily, Dom is the kind of person that nothing ever happens to any of his phones. Oh, sorry, I said plural. Phone.
Very good. Yeah, exactly, Tom. You're right.
I know. It's okay. It's
all right.
Dickhead. Truth teller, some might say.
I am.
So come on then. What are you hoping that Cavill's going to do on Amazon? We know it's coming soon. Come on.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I reckon he is going to be CG'd as Gascar Fracker. Yeah.
I see.
Some people think safe bet of like Eisenhorn or something like that. I'm like, no.
I actually genuinely think it's going to be Eisenhorn. Do you know why?
Yeah.
We didn't hear anything about this new Eisenhorn series from like over a year and a half ago. I reckon that they had a plan for it and they were going ahead with it, and then suddenly Cavill comes out the woodwork and goes, "Oh, I quite fancy doing some 40k," and then they're like, maybe we should use this asset to do this particular project.
Yeah, this bozo. Yeah, he would suit it very well, wouldn't he?
Having seen him play Geralt in Witcher, I think he could pull it off.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And with Eisenhorn, he doesn't show any emotions, facial emotions, so I think he'll be pretty good at it.
Henry Cavill, if you're watching, you better do a damn good job. So we're going to say, yeah, notebook. So as I was just saying on our last comment, I have a notebook with notes on painting schemes and stages as well. That's very cool. I agree with that wholeheartedly. And Neighborhood Inquisitor is probably going to be Eisenhorn show, but I want him in a separate movie as Valdor. Oh, he would make a good Valdor, actually. Yeah, I can see that. If I'm taking honest, I think I agree about the build. By the way, I'm just reading that bit as it was coming through. Absolutely, he's got yeah, and actually that's the one thing about Eisenhorn I don't think would fit is the build.
Oh really?
I don't know. Isn't he a bit too big for Eisenhorn? I've got the model of Eisenhorn, obviously.
Eisenhorn is pretty big anyway, and the artwork is quite big. The model is not overly big.
Yeah. I just don't see him that kind of tanky look. You know what I mean? I think he's a bit more, I suppose, a bit more slender. But then, actors are pretty good at getting their body composition right for certain things. And I think maybe with Cavill, because he's played a lot of superheroes in the last sort of 5-6 years, he's just obviously maintained that level of build. I suppose if you look at it in that particular way. It may, because he needs to sort of go down that route, he might just sort of just cut, I suppose. That's the best way of describing it. Daniel is apparently posting a lot in Discord. I'm going to have a quick look, actually, because I've got it up in the background here.
If old Henry could be any Primarch, which one do you reckon he'll be? Not the Emperor. People keep saying about the Emperor. Ignore him.
No. You screw the Emperor. That's not a viable option. Daniel, by the way, your
Yeah,
army
Tom,
looks...
screw the Emperor.
Daniel, your army looks very cool. I'm just saying. That is a very impressive little selection of Dark Angels there with some Knights mixed in. So anyone who hasn't checked it out, definitely going to have a look at that. He's put a lot of pictures, just as a warning. And that is a lot of miniatures. I like it. Very cool. Well done, man. So good collection. So I think I would put him either in the Rogel Dawn or Horus.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, shave his hair.
I think he could play either of those roles quite well. You could almost argue Sanguinius to a certain extent, but I think he's not quite got that that look.
What about Gilliman?
I don't know. I don't think he'd want to play Gilliman.
I don't think anyone would really want to play Gilliman.
I don't think Gilliman suits him.
Valdor is a good choice, though, to be honest. I think
Valdor, well, he plays Custodes. I mean, he'd know the part quite well, I suspect.
Mm.
Oh, I've had Oh, a friend of yours is saying Dawn as well. I think he'd make a good Dawn as well. It might be the gold armor thing though. To be fair, friend of Inquisitor, I think there's a gold armor theme going on there. So yeah. I mean, the problem with Primarchs is because you're naturally going to go towards most of these big old school action hero looks. So you kind of have to. There's not a huge. I suppose there's not a huge selection of people you get to play them. I mean, you could even argue people like Schwarzenegger in his prime could play someone. I'm not quite sure who, but definitely someone.
Mortarian.
Yeah, that might roll. Yeah,
he'd be pretty good at
but
that.
they're saying that old what's his face Patterson for Batman. He bulked up. He could probably play the Night Haunter.
Yeah, true.
It's weird how you can kind of make those little parallels between sort of some superheroes and making that leap into that kind of role. But ultimately, because Primarchs are such an alien size in comparison, it's quite hard to place some people in those roles.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Oh, Jason Momoa as Vulcan. I could see that. That would work. But again,
no, he's a Khan. He's a Khan.
I don't know, wasn't there? I was trying to think 100%. Of those. Yeah, I could see that. You've got to get Jackie Chan in there somewhere.
Alfarius.
One half of it, yeah.
Oh, no, Jet Li is Alfarius.
Oh, Jet
from like the one where he's got the multiples.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Primarch stuff is I don't think they're going to do anything Primarch related. I genuinely I think that's an animation, if I'm totally honest. I don't think it works with actual humans personally. I think it needs to be a full animation.
No.
With face capture, but animation, definitely. I think you can just about get away with a standard Space Marine as an actual actor, but I think Primarchs, because I think people don't quite. I suppose it's hard to process that size difference because they're bigger than Space Marines. Damn it, and they're pretty. Space Marines are 7 feet tall. It's it's an interesting kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't think you can do it justice with a man in a big suit.
No,
you'd have to properly make it animated. Definitely make it animated.
Daniel, do we we do not 3D print now. Neither of us own a 3D printer at this particular time. I'm not going to say never, but not. It's not really something I want to get into at the moment.
No.
I don't think it's Dom's cup of tea at the moment either.
Nah. We don't want to be doing any of that stuff.
Right, just bear with me 1 second. Sorry.
Putting his trousers down, guys. It's okay. He does this a lot. So welcome, Daniel. This is a bit where Tom gets naked and puts the camera back on. Woo! Doing quite well on this old Necron character, actually. He's looking pretty cool. I don't actually know what Tom's doing, by the way, guys. He could actually be naked.
And I'm back.
Oh.
Apologies for that.
Welcome back, Tom.
Too much beer. What's this?
Right.
Putting off too difficult live action. Seems normal for wargamers. And Necron character assuming maybe Imatech. I'll tell you what.
No. Orokin, the diviner.
The diviner.
Yeah. Super cryptech.
Super cryptech.
So mega cryptech. Where is a super white? Where is White Scar?
Oh, don't use White Scar, Dom. Don't be that guy.
No. White Scar goes on, and then the blue glaze goes over all of that.
Oh,
afterwards.
okay. You are actually dumbing it down. I say dumbing it. I mean,
yeah. It's not gonna be white.
Yeah.
Dyeing it.
And his next guess would have been Trazen.
Yeah. Trazen's cool. Trazen might be the next one. I quite like the Necron character.
Trazen
quite like at the moment that they don't have to be.
Trazen was in the one of the Hammer and Bolters, wasn't he?
Yeah,
that was quite
the collector.
That was quite a cool one.
Yeah, that was a good one with the Chaos Terminators and the Drukhari
on the Infinite Loop.
Exactly.
Dom, add chaos to your life. Use Corax White in your life. Ulthran Grey, you'll never go back.
No. I've got loads of greys and off-whites, but I tend to stick with the same two. Like, is it the Pallid Witch Flesh?
Yeah, that's good. That's a good one.
Which is a slightly off-white, and then finally use White Scars as a very fine highlight on top of that.
I think one of the things I have to contend with is because I use black as a primary colour, most very light greys look very white against it.
Yeah.
What's Daniel say? Daniel says, thinking about getting into Tau, any advice for maintaining mental health?
Don't listen to the haters.
Just do what you do. Don't let anyone tell you anything. Within degree, don't do things stupid, but enjoy the hobby. And actually, I suppose one thing I'd say is, obviously, I think you said earlier that there wasn't anyone sort of playing 40k in your area. There's always people playing 40k in your area. You've just got to find the bastards. There'll be one tight-knit group somewhere that you haven't found.
And they'll be like, where's that Tau player we've always wanted in our group?
Yeah.
And you can be that Tau player.
You just walk in there with a bundle of models and they'll be like, oh, where have you been?
Absolutely.
However, if you're actually genuinely talking about mental health, I don't know. I mean, you're probably talking definitely not me as the right person. I don't know about Dom.
Well, I've joined Dadhammer group on Facebook.
Oh, cool.
And they then put it down into locations. So there's one, I'm in a chat group for the southeast of UK. And so it's quite nice that people, obviously, those who aren't a parent or those who are parents, especially, know how stressful it can be. And this hobby is great for escapism. So it's quite nice for people who are by themselves to have that little network. And to be fair, that group is really positive and really helpful. It's a nice little group, and I think there must be others. Like there's a Texas one. There'll be a Texas group for 40k. I'm sure of it. So just have a look.
I would be shocked if you couldn't find some people there. I think. I think actually one of the biggest things is the fear, or maybe not fear. I mean, it's probably not too far from the truth. Is going to that place the first time is always pretty scary. But I think 9 times out of 10, most people, when they get in that door and actually go and play some games with people, they realise it's not that bad. And you normally find that because you'll collect these toy soldiers, and paint them, that you have a very similar outlook on certain things. Not everything, because that's just impossible. But it's a nice. I think it's a nice connecting point for a lot of adults sometimes. I mean, not just adults, obviously, every age really. But sometimes it's quite nice to have that little connection.
Yeah, absolutely. I think also it's quite good if you are thinking of doing it to kind of just be quite open in the chat, and kind of, if it's a local group, just be honest and kind of go, look, first time coming down, don't know what to expect. And normally I find in most groups, there are that small group of people that will kind of go, cool, come down on this date, I'll come and show you around, and you can have a chat and meet new people. And yeah, it's quite, like Tom said, it can be quite intimidating if you're brand new into it and going to a new group of people. But I think generally people don't tend to be dicks.
No.
And tend to help each other out quite a bit.
That's true. Yeah. Because out of the pair of us, I would say I am still the most socially awkward out of the pair, which I think is a very fair thing to say. And it takes me a longer time to integrate into a group of people because I am quite picky in certain ways as well. So there you go. That's just me. Thank God for Dom. He saves me so many times.
Yeah. Push him into a group of strangers.
He does. I mean, last time it wasn't anything to do with 40k. I was very confused.
No. No. That funeral was ruined.
Oh, well, Danny. Okay, fair enough. I understand. That's Magic players. Oh, I should be careful what I say. Yeah, I don't want to alienate all the Magic people that watch us. Oh, wait a minute. There probably isn't any. Don't get involved with Magic.
Too busy doing a draft somewhere.
Do you remember when we used to do drafts all those years ago, Dom?
Yeah.
So many years
Happy
ago.
days, eh?
So many years ago. Never again. Sorry for anything, because well, honestly, we have actually both played Magic for a period of time in our lives, and we both have done drafts. It's a very I find it a very different community.
Anyone else here has it?
Yeah.
Well, I think sometimes we should take him to reflection about Magic the Gathering. That we go, oh, blooming Codex creep, and they keep forcing us to buy the new models. I'm like, that's the whole thing about Magic. That's literally it.
It's very true. No, I actually had quite a large Magic card collection actually for a period of time. But if I'm totally honest, I got out of it for exactly the reason that Dom was just talking about then. Is I felt that every time I thought, oh, I've got quite a nice little deck here, and then oh, I've got to buy these new boosters, have I? Oh, okay. Yeah, but it was a much quicker cycle than 40k. You know, I found it too hard to keep up with. So yeah, not for me anymore. Oh, okay, you play Commander. Fair enough. Yes, I have a couple of friends that play just Commander as well. That makes perfect sense.
I've almost finished this Necron, so I'm quite happy how it's going.
Oh, well done, Dom. That is some good progress, my good sir. We should probably, before we sort of wrap up tonight, we should probably talk about the competition that we had actually slated in for the beginning of this month, because I feel like we've kind of let it drop because we haven't announced any winners. We haven't. How do you feel about letting it go to the end of the month and then sort of starting over in October?
Yes, I think that's probably a good idea. It gives people lots of time, even the new people, to jump on board and see if they can.
So for those of you in the Discord, if you go and check out our monthly challenge, we normally do it on a monthly basis. This month has kind of been screwed around a little bit with some personal circumstances and stuff like that, so it hasn't kind of happened the way we normally do it, where essentially what we tend to do, and Daniel, as you're a new person here, what we tend to do is we have a monthly painting challenge where we set a particular theme, task, or something around painting models, building models, all this kind of stuff. And we get people to paint them, and then essentially we then at the end of the month, or it's normally the first Tuesday of the following month, we have we get everyone's pictures together, and then we display them on stream and say, oh, here's what this person's done, here's what this person, and then we pick I say a winner. We pick the one that we feel is the best out of all of them. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone's kind of a winner from the point of view of people doing hobby. That is kind of the point of it. It's not really about winning, losing, and all this kind of stuff. We just you kind of feel there has to be some kind of judging system, otherwise there wouldn't be a lot of point to doing it. So ultimately, there's one up there at the moment. So if you read the currently pinned post within the monthly challenge, there's one in there. And I think I think everyone should have a little. If you haven't finished it, done it yet, or if you thought you didn't have time to finish it. Guess what? You have time, because we
now do.
Yes, we are going to push it to the first Tuesday of next month. Everyone's a winner, damn hippies. Oh, thank you. Oh dear. I thought just a slight flip point to that. I hate that attitude as well. I am not a fan of everyone's a winner, and I genuinely mean that. This is because it's a painting kind of challenge rather than a competition. I try and bill it that way, but I am not a big fan of this whole everyone's a winner. There should be a winner. There probably should be a loser. It's a harsh lesson in life, and people do need to learn it sometimes. But in a thing where we're trying to encourage people to all paint, I think it's a nice vibe to have we just want people to actually get painting and enjoy themselves. So that's why we bill it as a challenge, not a competition. Just as a disclaimer. Ignore what he's doing, because he's just dumb. He's just rude. So there you go.
Rude. Well, I've done hobby tonight, Tom.
I haven't.
You've just been drinking.
I've been drinking and chatting. I've had a good time, and sometimes that's what it's about.
Yeah, there you go.
Dom, all I can say is I promise I will do some hobby soon. I am coming round to it mentally again. It's been a bit of a tough period, and I am.
Yep. Well, if you don't, Tom, I will destroy all your models. I'll come round and I'll just throw.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Pick up a paintbrush. No, exactly. So I'm not lying. Sorry, what?
Oh my God, he's done it again.
Good job you did on this 4 years ago. All gone.
Asphalt says, good to see you both, and good to be back watching. No, thank you very much. Do appreciate it. It is actually really nice to come and talk to you guys again. I do really apologise. It's been a little while. It's yeah. And what's it? Hobby droughts. I'm kind of in the middle of one myself. Got some Votan sitting on the table. Yeah, mate. Everyone has it. It does happen. Even Dom, he doesn't share it, but he does have his hobby droughts. I have them. And I think, unfortunately, it's just a fact of life. Sometimes you just cannot, for whatever reason, picking up that brush can be quite a difficult thing sometimes. But ultimately, if you can pick the brush up and do even a couple of strokes on a miniature, it's a start. Not the best start, but not the worst start. At least you're actually doing something. So don't feel discouraged if you don't have time. Yeah, exactly. You do have to actually do that to kind of get rolling. And that doesn't count if you just use water. You do have to use some paint on there as well.
Just use water.
I think that's probably a good place to wrap it up, really, isn't it?
You're right, Tom. Yeah, well done. Well done, Tom. That's very accurate.
Anyway, I'm gonna call it there before I make an absolute muppet of myself. I know that's an unusual thing for me to say.
Yes. Well, Tom, it's been lovely. I've enjoyed myself tonight.
All right, so much. I've actually had a really good evening. So thank you very much for once being by my side. I have been Tom, and this has been
Dom.
And there's the delay.
You
exaggerated it. I know you did, but well done. But thank you all so much for watching. We really hope to catch you on the next one, hopefully next week, with a bit of luck. No current reason why it shouldn't happen. And we will see you all soon. So take care, everyone, and fare thee well. Bye.